Hi everyone, I'm Mariah Lewinsky. Welcome to the Tech Savvy Agent. I'm here to help you with all things tech. I'm a local real estate agent here in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. Today we're going to be going over the cropping tool in Canva. Once you open up Canva, we're going to go ahead and start a new design. I have one sized here for YouTube thumbnail. Once your new design loads, you're going to head on over to uploads, and you're either going to upload an image that you want to crop or choose one that you've already got uploaded. I have this beautiful sunset here. I took this with my drone while I was on my vacation in Florida. The cropping tool in Canva is pretty simple. There's just multiple different ways that you can use it. So we're going to go over all of the ways that I personally use it and that I personally know how to use it. The first way right away is to just go ahead and hover over the top and bottom or left and right in the middle of the image, and then just crop it down to whatever size you are wanting to use it for. So let's say I really want to crop in to that sunset, and I've got this little box here. In order to make this larger now, I can hover over either of the four corners to make it larger or smaller without compromising the crop that I just made. This is really helpful when you're just wanting to crop down an image you've uploaded without having to go over to Adobe Photoshop or something like that and then re-uploading it to Canva. Now, if I want to make this larger than the screen, I certainly can do that. And I can click and drag it past the screen, but now it's all the way down there and I can't really access it too well. It goes beyond the screen. So in the bottom, you see page 1 of 1. It says it's zoomed in at 84%. So if I wanted to go even further, I could just zoom all the way out to like say 31%, and then I can have a much better view of the entire image. If you wanted to just take this image and make it fill in the background of your design, the easy way to do that is just to right click the image and then set it as the background. Now, if you wanted to, again, zoom in on this image to crop it to fit this thumbnail a lot better, then all you'd have to do is double tap it, and you're going to see there's the whole image highlighted in the background, and you can adjust it again. So let's say I want to zoom way in on that sunset and sort of center it. I can do that, and I just double tap it. And then we can go back down to the page zoom toggle, and I can come right back to see how well it's done. Additionally, I can just double tap on it again to move things around. Let's say that's zoomed in just a little bit too much. So I'm going to zoom out here. I'm going to make it just a little bit smaller. Pretty happy there. And then I can zoom the page back in. Let's say I want to add an image over the top of this. I could do that using frames. And to use Canva's frames, you would click on Elements in the top left corner under the Designs tab. And then we're going to scroll down as that's loading. Canva's loading kind of slow for you today until I come to an area called Frames here, and I'm going to see all. This is going to give you essentially, we call them picture frames in a bunch of different shapes. Now that all the frames have, crop it in to do like an image inside an image, and then I'm going to go back to uploads, and then I'm going to choose, say, this picture of me. Click that on, and then just click and drag it over. And again, it acts the same way. You could just double click to move it around, or you can use the tabs on the top and bottom or right and left. You'll see in picture frames, as you're moving things around, it will zoom your image in and out to fit automatically for you. If you double tap it, you can see that I'm limited to just adjusting it up and down, and then I can't resize it within that picture frame other than to make it larger than the image is already sized. To delete this picture of myself inside the frame, you have a couple of options. You could either delete the image or delete the frame. If you delete the image, the frame will stay there. If you choose to delete the frame, you'll see that both your image and the frame will disappear at the same time. So let's say that this picture wasn't level with the horizon and I wanted to adjust it, or for some reason I wanted it to not be totally level and I want it to show like the curvature of the earth a little bit. I could just double click it, and then I will have access to this little wheel. Now this little curve wheel will either appear on the top or right or bottom of the image, depending. And Canva just sort of chooses where to put it, so just look for it. And then when I click and I drag it, you can see that I can adjust the image to be off kilter. I personally prefer for the horizon to be level. So we're just gonna go ahead and zoom out, level that out. It will auto level it for you based off of the picture. You'll feel it sort of pop into place. When you've double tapped on your image, you'll see that the crop tool opens up here, and you'll have the options to adjust your image, use effects, or just use the crop. Now, the rotate tool is also here with this bar. You could double tap on the number and just put 0, enter to level it back out. Canva's new AI features and pro features show this little crown. So this is new. So if I click expand, it's saying that the image you have selected can't be expanded currently. Images that are locked, rotated, flipped, or in frames aren't supported by Magic Expand. So we'll go over that in another lesson another time, but keep an eye out for the new features as they come out with a little crown on the Pro account. I'm personally using a Pro account today. You don't have to use a Pro account to use the crop feature in Canva. I do recommend the Pro account for anybody who is doing anything for social media. It just gives you access to a lot of things like the background remover tools. Really helpful and fun to have access to. It's one of my favorite features in Canva Pro. All right, well, that sums up my lesson for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Check out a couple other Canva tutorials that I have going on the channel already. Welcome to the Tech Savvy Agent, and we'll see you next time. Leave me a comment down below if you would like to learn anything specific, or if there's any tools in your business you'd like to learn more about. I can go ahead and put something together for you. All right, we'll see you next time.